and then because all your spells become free, you can slam all your spells. My issue with that is that, like, I don't think you're gonna have the hand size by turn 10 in order to, like, utilize the advantage of this card. Because your opponent can't they can out these enchantments with, like, removal cards as well, right?
Yeah.
So what if your opponent, like, plays a card that, like, removes this, and then you just burn 10 mana, just, like, you probably just insta lose, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like you also don't want to hold your spells and play them on turn 10.
Yeah.
You kind of want to play them on tempo. As also, like, you want to play those spells with as much freedom and flexibility as possible. And I don't think if you try to play around this card, I don't think you get that flexibility. Obviously, there might be, like, crazy spells you can, like, probably slam, but I think you're gonna have a hard time getting here, right up to this turn.
There's an easier way to explain this to the viewers back home that think like me. If you look at the first line of text of the flavor text, the things I once imagined would be my greatest achievement. He once thought it was great. He once thought it was good. It was once good.
Yep.
Towards a future I can only begin to fathom. We think the future is going to be bright.
Oh, shit. Dumbass.
There's one line of text on this card.
You may cast spells from your hand without paying their mana cost. Wow, it's like playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yes, you pay 10 mana to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic you have to pay 10 mana to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Hey, 10! 10!
Is it good or bad?
10 is so much!
10
mana
kind of a bad
to
opening
win a
for
game
going
you're
first.
probably already winning if you made it to 10 mana. That's so. This could say, I feel
It's
like
a little
100
better.
mana on it.
A lot
It'd be the
better.
same card.
You're all bad guessers. No!
It's
Printed because it was too
every
expensive and
diva
too many people wanted to
dittos.
play it.
Let's fucking go.
There's a bunch of cards in Magic that are just like, put one permanent on the battlefield. And you're like, okay, sometimes
There's no way they'll be able to do 2 damage.
What about all of them?
Actually, they will be able to do 2 damage.
You guys are whole deck.
Because I don't have a fucking guard.
You can put like 3 10-10s into play. You can do whatever you want with this into play. This basically means to win the game as long as you find a way to put it on the battlefield. And a lot of people have, and this card is a stone cold thing.
This card broke.
What?
Yu-Gi-Oh! How could it not be good?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like most people lose by that. You know, I'm like, by the time you get Spanish, you probably fry.
40 isn't a lot of cards.
Cheated out early.
We see the mana cost. We never considered if you don't pay the mana.
Oh, it's Denon Boot.
Okay.
Wait, they're playing Summer Aquino, not the new Aquino.
I will read it out to
Oh, don't worry. We're used to that. We're used to it. Don't worry, man.
We just have a lot of text.
No way. Alright. This is the other spark, which will require
Four.
It costs 4 mana. It's an artifact. So any mana of any color can be cost to play. And it's a legendary artifact planeswalker equipment. I know that.
What the hell does that mean?
Legendary means you can only have one of them on the battlefield on your side. Play another one, you have to sacrifice one. Artifact, you see tons of artifacts like that. Planeswalker means you put a tiny little player on the battlefield. Its life total is 4. To the format, that's its life total. It can play spells. It has its own spells. Some of them make it gain 1 life. Some of it make it lose 5 life, and some of it make it lose 10 life. So it's like a little guy that can play 1 spell per turn, target once per turn, and then you either he pays with his life total and plays the spells. Equipment means you can put it onto a creature. So far, so good?
Yeah, it's confusing, bro. I'm not kidding.
Totally.
I'm confused.
There, yeah.
As long as the other spark is attached to a creature, it can't be attacked and has whatever equipment creatures deal combat damage during your turn, put that many loyalty counters on the other spark. So, you can put it onto a creature, and then while it's on the creature, it's no longer a little friend planeswalker. You can't attack it. Normally it's another player, you can attack it. But if it's equipped to a creature, like he's holding it like a sword, you people can't attack it, and whenever the creature deals damage to a player, you make it gain that much life. So you could, if you deal some damage with a 10, for example, this goes up to 14.
Damn.
Plus 1, so if you make it gain 1 life, you attach it to up to 1 target creature you control, and you put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. It permanently has +1/+1. So this is how you put it onto creatures. If you -5, you draw 2 cards. I'll tell you in Magic, that's a lot of cards to draw. And -10, you add 10 mana of any one color. You could play 8 on limits with it.
I think I'll come back in an hour once you understand how the card works.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, yo, Pop, let me do something real quick. Yo, let me do something.
Yeah?
Drop 2 cards. Man, what do you say? Draw 2 cards. Pog.
So the card is broken because it draws 2 cards.
No.
I'm trying to think about like.
Pog Wizard. He has 3 effects. Talents right here. This is talents. Triple tactics talents in 1 card, bro. 3 effects, bro. 3 effects in 1 card. But this is actually better than talents. Because he has 4 attacks. Talents has no attacks.
Bruh!
And it's a nightmare wheel, bro. It's just watching him attack it, fam.
The toughness
I
of this
fucking hate
equipment
this
is
game
4, which means your opponent can
sometimes,
attack
man.
this equipment, correct?
Yes, when it's not on a creature, it is
Are they
basically
playing
a
arts?
little player that they can attack.
What is the plus
Seems
one
like the only
exactly?
viable
Like,
way
what
to
does that
play
mean?
Diva nowadays.
Loyalty goes to 5, and it
Yeah.
puts onto a creature. So it's no longer a little player. It's basically a little player that can turn into a sword, and then when he's not a sword, he can turn into a little player.
But if I'm not mistaken, this card comes in with summoning sickness, correct? So you're not able to do that right away.
Planeswalkers don't have something.
Yeah.
You can do the +1 the turn it enters the battlefield. So if the +1 is basically because you can't do the other ones because they cost too much. You can play and put it onto a creature. The creature gets +1/+1, and then if it attacks, it pumps up this like total.
And then can you use every part of this effect in the same turn? Can I like attach it and also draw 2 cards? No, right?
You get of those 3, you only get 1 per turn.
First, the creature can't be attacked, which is I think fine. Like I mean, yeah, because like the idea is you attack the creature, it becomes tapped. So you, obviously that means it's able to be selected for an attack target, I believe. But now with this card, it's not able to be attacked, which means it's effectively protected.
Everything's at the beginning.
Now,
There's no benefit to fading an attack.
like, you
Plus,
could
they're
play
all
spells that
mostly
kill
12k,
monster, which
so
would make the equipment
yeah,
fall,
let's just
right?
use
Like,
this.
it would then become.
You fall off, and then you can
Okay,
I feel like it's not a bad card in the sense that like you could. It's a 4 mana card that you play, and then you basically attach it to a creature. That creature gets +1/+1, and then if that creature does damage or deals combat damage, now what if the creature does 4 damage and suicides with another one, like another creature? Like how does that work?
It gets 5 loyalty counters.
Yeah.
If it say it's a 4/4, it gets +1/+1. It'll get 5 life onto it, but then it can be attacked.
Okay, this card's broken.
Yeah.
Actually,
I told you it's
because I don't think you can like yeah because you can't like I think like the idea is you equip to a monster, you would swing with it, and that this card gains like the loyalty counter, which makes it really hard for your opponent. So first off, it's I don't think like your opponent can even do that much damage to this card, right? So I feel like it's good.
Yeah, Pog, imagine guys, the reason why also it's really
I
good.
would say it's good.
The reason why I also think it's really good is, bro, it's a card with 3 effects, bro, separate effects that can do different things, bro, and also a floodgate. It can be attacked. Can be attacked, bro.
I want to say it's good.
It's got 4 life. It's a little friend that stays on the side. If you make it go up to 5 life, you put it on the creature, it gets +1/+1, and then whenever it deals damage, you add that much life to the other spark. Then if you -5 on another turn, you draw 2 cards, and if you -10,
This card says draw 2 cards. That seems pretty good. This also, it's unlike a lot of, most planeswalkers that I've seen have +1. And that's how you give it the extra like life, is you +1 and you +1 and you +1, and you just like hope and pray that someday, somehow, you will get to this gigantic effect at the bottom that costs like 10 life. This seems different than other planeswalkers by the fact that you can attach it when you play it. It goes to 5. Then you swing with that character, and it gives you the loyalty that the damage you deal. Is that right?
yes.
So you can essentially like +5 this on the turn you play it.
No, to attach it, you have to use its ability, so it'd be on the next.
Right. So you go +1. It goes to 5. You attach it to a creature. That creature gets +1/+1. Then you deal like 3 or 4 damage with it, and then it gets +4 or +3, whatever. And then you're already at like 8 or 9. Like you're so much closer to this last ability, like on the first turn you play it. And 10 mana, I mean, that's 10 mana.
You're all right.
What?
That is terrible. Okay. Really? What if I showed you 4 mana, give a +1/+1 counter to 1 creature, and next turn you have a 50% chance of drawing 2 cards? Would you say it's a good card?
Yeah. Any card that draws 2 cards is a good card.
Do you play Cup of Ace in all your decks?
Except for that. It has chance. It has chance.
In Magic, a pretty standard amount of mana to pay to draw 2 cards is 3. And you draw them on me.
Ah,
Wow.
makes sense.
So
Yeah, that makes sense.
you need to have a creature on the battlefield. They need to not remove it. Then when you connect, this needs to survive until the turn where it draws two cards because it loses 5. So say
There
if you went to
is.
an 8, for example. If you plus it, you attacked with the creature you had, and the creature died. It's still attackable. 8 is a lot, so if they attack it for 4, then suddenly you can't activate the draw 2 cards anymore. And if they attack it for 3, you have to kill it to draw the 2 cards.
Wait, they didn't enter
So
charge.
it's just not a very good draw 2 card spell. You have almost all the other draw 2 card spell are better than this. This one doesn't.
Well, we got it's boys, we got baited, bro. But just drop 2.
We gotta lock in.
Bro, boys.
Out here.
Carl was throwing drop 2 on purpose. He's like, oh, you guys don't have bottom green, so we're gonna throw a drop 2.
Yu-Gi-Oh player.
This is crazy. I hit drop 2 and I freaked out. Oh my god, drop 2. Drop 2, yeah.
I missed the first half of the video where I was just reading cards. That was much easier to do, actually.
So this one, there's one last one, and this is a death match. This is a tiebreaker because you're currently 0-0.
Okay, wow, bro.
I will send you a card, and I think this is probably one of the hardest ones. It's either really good or it's not. The Circle of Loyalty. It's 6 mana.
Oh,
2 white,
Oh.
4 colorless. It's a legendary artifact. You can only have one on the battlefield. It costs 6, but it costs 1 less to cast.
I don't like this altar.
that sounds broken.
And that is
That bikini,
creature type. You
the
have
color of the
those in
bikini
as
looks
well.
really
It's a card type.
weird.
Not every card is a knight, but you can make a deck that has only knights. Creatures you control get +1/+1, and whenever you cast a legendary spell, create a
Oh
white knight.
my god. Wow.
If you pay 4, you create a 2/2 white knight creature token. That is a free.
Wow.
Alright,
Think about it.
good luck.
Wow, yo, Pop, yo, bro, fam.
I hope you don't realize how bad this card is.
Fam, Pop. I think this card's broken.
Yeah,
Not capping.
and
I think we played a card.
this card has to be terrible.
No, but wait, bro. Bro, okay, no, bro, he's baiting us again, man. He's baiting us, man. Bro, it's a 6. And once it gets a 6, okay. Lights? Do you play a lot of mana in lights?
No,
White is not a mana. No.
Okay, never mind. There you go.
no. The thing is, like, okay, I think the card could be good because it costs 1 less for every knight you control. So you can play a deck with multiple knights, summon like hella knights, and this becomes like a free card essentially. Or like you could drop it on like turn 5 for 2 mana, and then just go crazy up with it.
In Yu-Gi-Oh, we have cards that are like, in the deck, it's like, do this for each red-eyed monsters you control. Or do this for each blue-eyed monster you control. Right? Is Knight a card or is Knight an archetype? Like, is there like...
Right? Is in Magic it's both. Right? Creatures. You'll have creatures that will be.
Oh!
Phyrexian Dreadnought was.
Okay. Okay, I get it.
Gigantosaurus was a dinosaur.
Okay.
You have a lot of cards that are incidentally knight, but a lot of cards, some cards are like every knight gets +1/+1. Some of them look through your deck for a knight and put it.
So this card is only used in a Knight deck, basically.
I would only suggest putting it in a knight deck.
So, Bach, in a Knight deck, this card kind of sounds crazy.
The issue is that it gives all your creatures +1/+1, which isn't even that crazy of an effect. I feel like there's probably better buff spells.
Oh,
The thing is,
hold on.
it costs really cheap. It has the potential to be really cheap. Is why it's good, I think.
Fam,
Reduce it by 1, you can reduce it to
Yeah.
2 white.
fam, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Look, you guys. Think about it. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, which will cost 1 less, alright, you also create a Knight token, fam. So that's a Knight creature, right?
No, that's
That's
different. That's different. That a legendary spell, like that's assuming you already have the Circle of Loyalty up on the field. Like
no.
it doesn't come with the knight.
No. But I'm saying that when you create that Knight creature token, that counts as a Knight, right?
Okay,
It counts as a Knight, right?
good point.
So that means that so that means that this card generates you a Knight token. So ideally, it always costs you. Will give you 1 less more because this card generates you a token. So let's say that you
It doesn't.
What do you mean?
It doesn't generate your token on activation. You need to have this already face up.
Yeah, so you have
Then
face
you
up.
play a legendary spell.
Yeah.
Then you would create it.
Yeah, correct.
But that means you already would have paid. But that meant you already would have paid the mana cost for this card to have it up. And legendary spells are probably expensive in mana cost.
Expensive.
So, legendary
I mean,
so far have been pretty expensive. Some of them are cheap, but generally they don't ever cost 1 or 2. It's pretty rare. or 3, they're usually kind of more expensive, and they're usually pretty strong.
Okay, what does 3 mana plus the reply symbol mean?
If you pay 4, you tap it. So you can only do this once per turn cycle, because you tap on your turn. You can tap it to make a 2/2 white creature token with vigilance, which means attacking doesn't count.
I have a question. Can you activate the both effects to create tokens in the same turn?
If you have enough mana to play a legendary creature and then tap to pay a knight, yeah, you can.
Come on.
You can even trigger the legendary spell 3 times in the same turn if you play 3 legends.
Hawk, is that crazy? I'm not even capping. Is that crazy? Hold on. Think about it.
I think its turn could be good because, well, it's a legend artifact, so you can only control 1. Damn, I thought you can control multiple, which would make it seem really good to me. Because if you can like put 3 on this on the board, it sounds crazy. Like all your units are +3/+3. It's probably GG's.
Alright, I think it's
Vigilance key text. What does that mean again? It means that it can't be like if you attack with it. It can't be.
It doesn't cause them to tap, and usually if they tap, they then can't block. So make a decision: do I attack or do I block? In this case, you could do both.
Bro, that's.
I think it's probably good in aggro.
Yeah, I think it's kind of sick. I'm not capping. Look, sounds. Bro, you can generate as many tokens as you want, plus additional effective trick for it to generate tokens, plus making your cards cost less. And each time you generate a token, it's a knight you generate, which will cost you less more. You feel what I'm saying?
I think it's good. Yeah.
We got Taylor here.
All right.
You're coming 0 to 0.
It all comes down to this, huh?
So one of you needs the other one to get it wrong, and you to get it right.
All right. You know, I've been looking this card over. 6 is a lot. You know, maybe you use some other card to play it for free, right, Carl?
You could.
Maybe you're tricking us. Yeah. It costs 1 less. I think that X is just like sort of already self-balanced by the mana cost.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to ever pay 6 for this. It costs like maybe 2 less if I have 2 knights. You're paying 4. That sounds more reasonable to me, but I still am not in love with that. Creatures get +1/+1 must be like, I don't know, like 1 mana worth of an effect, something to that extent. Not great. And whenever you cast a legendary spell, you get a 2/2 white knight. Here's what I'm thinking. I think you're very brave for showing us this card, Carl. Because I think this is the kind of card that Timmy builds his Knight Commander deck around having 100 knights in his deck.
Yeah.
And he loves this card.
Yeah.
He thinks this is the best card in the whole deck.
Yeah.
But outside of that one Timmy scenario, I do not think you can play it. I think whenever you cast a legendary spell, making a knight token sounds really good until you think about it and you realize you can only have 1 of each legendary creature, artifact, enchantment, whatever, on the field. So what are you going to do? You're going to fill your deck with legendary cards, but then if you draw an extra copy, you can't play it. Right?
That is correct.
So how's that going to work? Are you just going to play like a descending ladder of worse and worse legendary cards to try to make this card pop off? I really don't think this card is good.
And we said it was good. Yeah.
You said it was good.
Oh, that's it. That's way better. That's way better.
So the stakes are all this exciting. This is when you start playing the text.
Okay.
Oh my god, Taylor, you should have been around during spoiler season for this card. You might have saved a lot of people a lot of money because this card is. The paper of the set. Look at all the things.
We brought it back, baby.
If you had pink card market, you're gonna win.
I can keep my crown.
Because
Damn.
almost everything Taylor said was correct. You're paying this usually, like, knights don't cost 1 or 2 mana, some of them cost 2, most of them cost, I don't know, 2, 3, or 4. You're usually paying maybe 4 for it. Because having 1 knight to reduce the spell is a lot. For 1, like, 6 mana is a lot. Knights cost more than 1. So you have to have a lot of creatures. It's usually 4 mana, and 4 mana to get +1/+1 on your creatures, you're not writing home. You usually pay maybe 2 or 1 to +1/+1 on all your creatures. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, you're not fully correct.
Wow. I actually kind of was a lot more correct than I thought I would be, to be honest.
That's it. And 4 mana to make a 2/2, that's a lot of mana to make a 2/2 after you spend 4 mana for this on the board. This is a 3/3. But it just all the abilities look impressive, but the sum of its parts is just also if you're playing an only knights deck, then you don't get to play any non-knights that are focused on only knights, and then this was just not enough of a
damn, Pac, I sabotaged you, bro. I'm sorry, man. Bro, we'll get you next time, man. We'll get you next time, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
For rematch at no time, I'm sure. If nothing else, we did prove that the Yu-Gi-Oh player hive mind can evaluate at least half of the magic cards. Right? That's not bad.
I knew. I knew about the draw to discard, so I wasn't worried.
Rate the best and worst magic card. Guys, check out Card Market. Honestly, I'm probably gonna, you guys are gonna be collaborating on this video, so guys, make sure you guys check them out.
It was close. Honestly, it was pure. That game was honestly probably just determined by life bursts. Both of us triggered about the same amount of life bursts. Unfortunately, my life bursts were way more impactful.
Match the Gathering, because we've already learned how to play it. We opened, the Spider-Man set. Now we just want to see more cards. We just want to see more cards, bro. We're interested in seeing them.
Yeah, no, Sam and I, we actually, bought a couple, sealed drafts. We played a little bit of that. We drafted and played some the decks. We opened, the Spider-Man set. I think there's a new Avatar set currently in play right now. So a lot of very exciting things about
Yeah, there was a
Magic,
decent
and, yeah, we're
issue
here to
that
learn,
got
like Sam
fixed.
said. So,
I wanted to watch
give us
the
video
replays.
ideas, your comments, let us know what you want to see.
Carl, send us more cards, bro. Send us more cards.